fronting our development drive. In this regard, an allocation of US $1,580,000 is proposed for implementation of the SGBV roadmap and to address gender inequality through the application of gender responsive planning and budgeting. Conclusion. Honorable Speaker and members of the House of Representatives, it is my desire that the fiscal year 2022 budget be accorded special and timely consideration because of the number of significant national undertakings to be funded during the ensuing fiscal year. The conduct of national population and housing census, fulfilling GOL commitment to strengthening monetary policy through replacement of legacy banknotes, and preparatory activities for the 2023 elections are among town-bound projects featured under the Public Sector Investment Plan segment. The timely passage of the budget will ensure that these programs are stated and implemented on schedule. I therefore implore your honorable body to expeditiously deliberate and facilitate enactment of this important national fiscal instrument. Sincerely, George M. Weah, Sr. Mr. Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was the reading of the budget message from His Excellency Dr. George M. Weah, Sr., President of the Republic of Liberia.
This is Front Page Africa, live from the chamber of the House of Representatives, where the House just received the fiscal year 2022 draft national budget. It is being placed on the House's agenda, and they are about to discuss it.
The amount of 785,557,340 United States dollars. What is your will and pleasure? Humble Gray.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues of the 54th Legislature, I move, if I can obtain a second, that first the budget be accepted by this body and sent to our statutory committee, the Committee on Waste, Means and Finance, and to be able to report to this body within a period of 2 weeks, if I can obtain a second.
So are we stating a motion? Are you ready to vote? All those
I'm ready, Mr. Speaker.
all those in favor?
I'm ready.
Okay, please.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. Moving. There is no way you can discuss budget issues without discussing expenditure issues.
Amen. Back.
My readiness is such that the Committee on PAC always forms an integral part on discussing budget issues. So I'll be ready to vote where the movement can include the Committee on Public Accounts.
Our distinguished Speaker, fellow colleagues, what is not done properly is not done at all. And as a result of that, I overwhelmingly reject.
With that said, are you ready to vote?
Ready.
Honorable Fofana. Presiding colleagues, Mr. Speaker, Prana will make a decision, but you as a presiding officer, you have to also guide the process. The budget we are about to discuss has two components, both revenue and expenditure. They have the outturn and the budget must be vetted thoroughly. It's not only about allocation. They have both allocation. We want to know what happened to what we allocated the past period before we move forward. Any attempt to remove public account from the process, for me, it will be a kangaroo arrangement. Then there's something that you want to have. And I don't know why is that you want to have on the Liberian people. You got those people that you got to provide guidance to this process. We need to vet the expenditure portion of the budget. In the answer of that, we'll be sidestepping the process. So I move that you include the public account to the process. That's my running.
Excuse me. He said, Honorable Speaker, fellow colleagues, said he moved. And legislatively, we don't move. That's why he said it's on record on the camera. If you want to amend, you don't move. As a result of that, overwhelmingly reject.
Okay, already.
Honorable Speaker, fellow colleagues, the fact that the budget is a zero-based budget, it has to do with two major components. And the expenditure component of the budget is mostly vetted by the Public Accounts Committee. So in this regard, I'll be ready to vote. If the Public Accounts can form part of this committee to vet the budget before its submission.
What do you know about audit? What do you know about audit?
I'll be ready to vote.
Expenditure is the audit. Expenditure, then say audit. Who vet expenditure? You? The Maritime can vet expenditure. The Maritime affair. The Maritime can vet expenditure.
80% of the public sector, which is part of its kind.
But the Maritime can vet. The expenditure. You make a comment. You make an unfounded comment. You make an unfounded comment.
Our distinguished speaker, Haja. Wait. His original is that I know that to audit is to have an after effect of what you've done. As a result of that, I hereby reject.
Already. Mr. Speaker,
I hereby accept.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Speaker. I will be ready to vote. I will be ready to vote if every committee will treat their institution budget and report to the Ways and Means Committee for implementation that we did in that budget year. I will be ready to vote.
Because you have said that the various committees will have, their people, the oversight will have to come to them. That even include expenditure people that will come to them. Okay? Committee on Maritime and rest of the committee. I hereby accept.
Thank you very much.
the House has received the budget. It was placed on the agenda, and plenary has received it, as I said, and now voted to turn it over to its statutory committee on Ways, Means, and Finance to report within 2 weeks. So as you've been following in the debate, some of the lawmakers, including Representatives Dixon Lawrence-Thibault, Richard Kuhn, Ben Fofana, they've all been calling for the Public Accounts Committee, the PSC Committee, to form part of the budget discussion so that they can review the expenditure. That means the monies that were spent during the past budget. The past budget year. They want to know how the money that was appropriated, how it was spent before making another allocation. So that is the debate. Some are saying it should have been done before the submission of this budget. Some of the key points in the budget, the draft budget, is for 2022, fiscal year 2022. It is the highest budget in post-war Liberia, as announced by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Samuel Detour, the Honorable Samuel, 785 million.
Honorable House of Representatives.
Next is
Capitol
the
Hill,
letter
Monrovia, Liberia.
of apology from
November 17, 2021. Dear Honorable Members of Parliament, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Deputy Speaker, and members of the House of Representatives, we extend our compliments and wish to forward to your honorable body this letter of apology arising from the occurrence on the grounds of the honorable legislature. We, Makambi Sharif and Adu Sharif, citizens of the Republic of Liberia and residents of Monrovia, do hereby extend our sincere apology to the Honorable Speaker, the Honorable Deputy Speaker, and the entire House of Representatives for our misconduct on the premises of the National Legislature, which occurred as a result of uncontrollable temperament, which resulted into serious embarrassment to the honorable representatives based on the exchanges which coincided with your working hours. We herewith humbly request that you kindly temper mercy with justice and purge us of the contempt sentencing us to a common jail. We would also like to take this time to inform you that I, Makambi Sharif, have serious medical complications that occurs during the period of emotion, and committing me to prison will further worsen my current medical condition. I will forward to your honorable body medical documents to substantiate same. In view of the above, I want to say that our action is regrettable and promise this honorable body that we shall serve as peace ambassadors to spread a message of non-violence on the premises of the legislature. We request that you grant all that is just and legal and purge us of the contempt. Respectfully submitted, Makambi Sharif and Adu Sharif. Mr. Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, that was a reading of the communication from Madam Makambi Sharif and Mr. Adu Sharif, extending their apologies to to this honorable body for their misconduct on the grounds of the National Legislature. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy. Colleagues, please. Honorable colleagues, having had a communication from both Madam McAfee Sharif and Mr. Abdul Sharif extending apologies to members of the Honorable House of Representatives for their misconduct on the premises of the Legislature of the Republic of Liberia, which occurred on Tuesday, November 16th.
Yeah, but the presiding is my friend, man. I'll let you. My friend, you must say equal. Yeah, we're also in the same league. Yeah, man.
What is your will and pleasure?
No, I thought you were opening it for discussion first. No.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, I've been listening to the communication regarding the apology of Madam Sherry and Sydney. I move, if I can obtain the second, that this communication be accepted by the plenary and open for discussion.
So seconded.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, it has been moved and seconded that the communication just read be open for discussion with this area of vote.
Ready?
All those in favor making known by saying here.
Here.
Against? Yes. Honorable Gray.
Our distinguished Speaker of Federal College. Again, let me begin by saying that we're elected on the basis of the Liberian Constitution. We took an oath to uphold, protect, and defend provisions of the Constitution and all other laws of the Republic of Liberia. What transpired here, it was regrettable, extremely unfortunate. Before I go further, I wanted to help to provide a public clarity because our actions have been misconstrued by some of them. While it is true that we support the fact that Moses should temper with justice, some of us, but we want to be on record emphatically that Article 44 of the Liberian Constitution is not ambiguous. It says that in the discharge of our duties, members or officers or the legislature, our functions cannot be impeded nor obstructed. Very clear. The action of our colleagues, which we may not have gone forward with, was very clear, not on the basis of the quote-unquote allegation of accident, the quote-unquote allegation of assault. It was squarely on the basis of obstructing and impeding the discharge of duty of the colleague. That is the obstruction on Tuesday while coming to session. In the capital Benin Yard, a colleague was obstructed and prevented from entering session. We want the message to go clear to the general public, including the media. The provision of member and non-member, you can go discuss that with the RCNC. But what we are discussing here is obstructing and impeding the function of a member in the discharge of his legislative duty. That's what we discussed, and that's the action that we took. Having said that, our distinguished colleague, sometimes the necessity of life is very important. Our errors have come to us, our constituents, our brethren. Is made an appeal to this body. They've gone as far as publicly apologizing and publishing their apology. They've gone to the home of our colleague who became the victim to apologize. They've come to the Capitol building to apologize. We are the direct deputies of the people. We are the custodians of the people's power. And sometimes when they appeal to us, we see reason for mercy to temper with justice. Even those that were involved apologize. We are not inhumane. We are not callous. Again, colleagues, I would love to appeal. Again, as they have appealed to this body, that let Babon be Babon. We'll set the record. The public has seen that. We didn't want to exercise power. What we exercise is the law. Nothing less than that. So having said that, Honorable Speaker, fellow colleagues, you know we have a culture and we have a tradition. For the fact that our elders, our brothers, our friends, they came, they didn't go to the media to defend the action of their daughter or their son. They went to the media to condemn, and not in defense, to condemn the unprecedented, unwarranted action of a son and a daughter. I think it's prudent enough that we move ahead, that the message is clear. That we move ahead, Cody. I want to say thank you very much. I hope we will have another time. But to forgive, to forget is demand. To forget is human. And to forgive is divine. It's not a verbal quotation. It's a philosophical quotation in literature. I've got literature for many years. Don't tell me about contrary view. Yeah. I move back and continue. I'm telling you, I'm going to go to Desi school.
But I left only here on the floor. I won't continue with it.
Honorable Speaker, fellow colleagues, the commotion that transpired here at Capitol Hill is intertwined and interwoven. I was considering the fact that we received letters from our constituents concerning this matter. I would like to dissect the issues. Foremost, my concern has to do with the usurpation of our function relative to Article 44. Given the fact that we received a letter indicating by the culprit that the culprit is not well, in order to go along with my colleague as his opinion to our sympathies, Madam Speaker, I think it will be prudent enough if we can ask the culprit to give us medical proof. And if that is given, I think there may be some reconsideration in my mind. That is where I stand on this issue. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
So I declare.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, fellow colleagues. Mr. Speaker, our Constitution is clear.
And we were elected to serve our people.
It is true that one of our colleagues was assaulted on the grounds of the Capitol, but in the same vein, the people who have elected us to serve are the same one invoking Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution, not only petitioning us, but calling on us to have mercy. I listened to the letter clearly, Mr. Speaker. In the communication sent to us, it is indicated that the lady in question has some medical complication, of which she even waiting to provide copy of medical report. Mr. Speaker, with that, I believe that the appeal made by our citizens can be considered based upon the presentation of the medical report in question. So again, we want to use this occasion to also remind our people that the law was made by us and the law was made for us. You elected us to serve as your leader. In the discharge of our duties, I think it is prudent enough for us to respect the laws. So with that being said, Mr. Speaker, if I'm given the permission to raise the motion,
If there's nothing else to do, yeah, Honorable.
Let me thank our colleagues who have spoken. Mr. Speaker and colleagues.
You should tell him I said raise motion. You didn't tell him, man. So you're going to be
No, use your mind.
No, he wants to talk back.
Use your mind.
Do what? Okay, very good. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, my colleague. Your day is good. Good. Mr. Speaker, having noticed remarks from our colleagues concerning the apology that was written by the two culprits, let us note that consistent with Article 44, the House of Representatives have taken a decision in defense of the Constitution, noting that we have proven that Article 44 lives, noting that many other people who may have in the future an intention to misbehave in like manner to any legislator, noting that the corporates have apologized, but beyond that, an entire community accompanied them to the grounds of the Capitol building and to the various radio stations and on social media to make such apology. But beyond that point, noting that the corporate have said, not to us in plenary, but on different media institutions, that she is sick. Noting all of those, Mr. Speaker, if I can obtain a second, I want to move. That plenary rescinds not her decision, suspends the jail term beginning tomorrow 5 o'clock, and that the culprit who is allegedly sick be made to bring all relevant documentation on or before Monday to prove that she is sick. When that is done, then our suspension will be lifted and she will be free going forward. If I can have 2 seconds.
The House has decided on the letter sent to it by McCarthy Sheriff and Abu Sheriff asking, extending apology to the House of Representatives and asking for forgiveness for their action against this lawmaker. And he is Honorable Nathaniel Bowie, Grand Crew County District No. 1 Representative. He was assaulted by McCarthy Sheriff and Adu Sheriff on Tuesday, and the House held them under contempt and sentenced them to 15 days in prison. Today, he sent a communication to the House extending their apology and asking for forgiveness for their action against the lawmaker.
I think I will be ready to vote. Move it. Move it. Move it. I will be ready to vote. I will be ready to vote. If we have acted and we are still firm and we decide to listen to the cries of the people to let her go, let us remove the issue of bringing all the documentation.
No, medical. No, medical.
So, to my distinguished gentlemen, my motion is primarily precedent on 2 things: the apology and the fact that she is sick, which is paramount. If we cannot get a documentation to prove that she's sick, it's possible that we are being lied to. So our honorable deny she will have to produce documentation of ailment.
Already. I just stop.
Please, hold on. Hold on, please.
I can't talk, man. I need to.
Already.
Already, Bashar. Then they go already.
I'll be ready to vote our distinguished people. I do agree with all the assumptions. My unreadiness is this: that Instead of 5 tomorrow, send the person, compound, and drink and close. The both of them. The suspension could take effect. Are we ready to vote? If the suspension could take effect at 2 p.m. tomorrow, the suspension could take effect at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Are we ready to vote?
Considering the movement on the floor and consistent with the fact that Honorable Gray, who has been around for some time and he gave some guidance, I'm determined to deny. Honorable SS.
No, they're not there.
They're not there?
Yeah, come on.
You said what?
With the sole intention, the sole good intention of this house to have listened to the request of the people that we should have mercy upon these people. Their intention is we should have mercy on them unconditionally. And if we really need this, by listening to their request, I think we should reach a point where we will have this mercy without any condition, and that we should satisfy them as we really want to satisfy them. So let's forget about the request. I will be ready to go with the movement. If and only if we release or forgive the people without any condition intact.
Consistent with ensuring that the public knows that impunity is not going to be accepted when the Constitution is violated. Consistent with the fact that the culprit is said to be sick, which is the primary reason for which we think that is the cause of our release. So much I reject your amendment. Thereby, thank you very much.
And you reject?
Now, why you say? Where the post we go? You want me to go?
Hello. Mr. Speaker, fellow police.
You have the interest in this with it.
Mr. Speaker, fellow police. Considering that the House has been magnanimous enough, considering that the House has been magnanimous enough to let the public vote, I will be ready to vote that if there is any motion for consideration, must be tried immediately. Thank you. Yes.
You okay, man? Don't vote that out. You see, still on.
saying, man.
Honorable ladies and gentlemen, there are 24, one against, one abstention.
On the basis of the act to amend part 3, chapter 20, section 20.1, chapter 21, section 21.30, 21.31, 21.51, then 21.52, then chapter 22, section 22.1, 22.2, then 22.4 of the Aliens Nationality Law of the Liberian Code of Laws requires Brethren 2 has not met the legislative threshold.
Yes.
Therefore, that passage is endorsed. Next. Amendment to chapter 16 of the criminal law procedure to provide for plea bargaining in criminal cases is hereby endorsed, and the motion for reconsideration has not met the threshold. All other matters will be discussed in the next section, which will be on Tuesday. Motion for adjournment. Don't let the speaker.
Don't let the speaker.
Don't let the speaker. We have a kind of quote invitation. Now, quote, we can't deny quote issue.
Honorable Buffer Chamber Speaker, Honorable House of Representatives, Capitol Building, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Honorable Chambers, in reference, Honorable Yeka Koluba of the City of Monrovia, Liberia, informant versus the House of Representatives, National Legislature of Liberia, by and through a speaker, like a Buffer Chambers of the City of Monrovia, Liberia, respondent. Bill of information. By directive of His Honor Yusuf D. Kaba, Associate Justice presiding in Chambers, you are hereby recited to a conference with His Honor on Tuesday, November 23, 2021, at the hour of 3 p.m. in connection with the above captioned case. Kind regards, very truly yours, Anthony Sam Momolu, Clerk, Supreme Court, Republic of Liberia. Mr. Speaker, honorable ladies and gentlemen, the House of Meeting of the Communication from the Supreme Court of Liberia is inviting this House body for a conference on Tuesday.
Committee on as by precedence along with our legal session. So, Honorable Chairman on Judiciary, please take the floor from here and listen to us.
What's up?
Speaker. Vamos speaker.
We'll call for settlement.
Vamos speaker. Can the chair pass? If you win the case,
Who win the case?
make it win case. Our promise so long.
You know.
Please. Let's not go all again, please. No, but that's why I see we want to negotiate.
The session is almost adjourned, but the lawmaker is discussing the communication that was sent from the court, inviting them to discuss about the complaints filed against the House by Honorable Yakia Koliba. So we are. So we are now joint session, and in this front page Africa, we managed to return after we were asked out for the House to conduct 8 session behind closed doors. Now we came back quickly and we began the session with the receipt of the national budget, the draft national budget, and the discussion of the letter of apology from the Sheriff siblings to the House. Now the House has adjourned in front page Africa too. It's saying goodbye.